Welcome to On Air with Kash. Our guest today is an actor who has appeared in the feature films Live by Night and Godzilla, King of the Monsters. He hosts the podcast Just Talk with Gabe. Please welcome Gabe Silva.
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Gabe, it's so cool to have you on the show. I know last month I was on your show. We're reversing roles right now. What has been going on with you the past month?
Finished fourth season of our podcast. Now I'm working on Behind the Mic, where I'm interviewing some of my old guests. Well, through Facecam like this. So I've been working on that.
That's awesome. Already at this stage in your career, you've appeared in movies with Ben Affleck, Zoe Saldana. I mean, what was it like booking that role? I was actually at that premiere years ago when it came out.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
But like they said, that was my very first role, which is a biggie. At the time, I was just a kid playing around. I didn't really understand any of it. But when my mom told me what it was, and I realized how big of an opportunity this was, I just started freaking out. And I don't get starstruck on set. So when I was actually there filming it, I was just being a kid playing around. The repercussions of what had happened, it didn't just hit. It hit me when I got older as to how important it actually was.
Right.
And now that it has hit me, I just say it was a huge honor to be on set with all those people.
Oh, I'll bet. I just even remember the premiere. There was like Leo was there and Matt Damon. And it was just, it was such a big deal. So, I mean, you're right. What an honor to be part of a project like that.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And that didn't slow you down because you followed that one up with Godzilla, King of the Monsters with O'Shea Jackson.
Oh, man, Godzilla. Let me tell you about that. Even the audition process, because it was a lot of physical work, because I was running around, jumping in. My acting coach made me set up this like makeshift obstacle course. It had me run through it screaming and yelling in Spanish, and it looked ridiculous on camera, but it showed them that I was able to do the physicality aspect. So then cutting the set.
And I know that you've studied Taekwondo. So did you think your martial arts training prepared and helped you with that?
That's the funny part. They let me do my own stunts because I did the martial arts. I was talking about that on set, and they asked me, hey, what you have done is technically stunt training to a degree. Would you like to do your own stunts? And I talked it over with my mom, and I was just like, yeah, of course I want to do my own stunts. You kidding? That sounds like fun. And it was just a blast.
That's amazing. I know you're just starting in your career. I feel like I'm catching up to you to a degree because I took some stunt training right before the pandemic. I hadn't done it before. I did study karate when I was younger, but yeah, I did wire fighters. It's really fun where they put the harnesses on you and you do the
harness,
and you do weapons and stuff. And then during the pandemic, I'd been getting into podcasts. And so here we are today and like 90 episodes later, I'm in season 4. So what inspired you to want to start your own podcast?
Honestly, it was just boredom because, of course, with the pandemic, the industry slowed down. I couldn't work. So I was just sitting at home watching TV, and I told my mom, I want to do something. And, of course, pandemic, all these podcasts were starting up. She gave me the idea and said, hey, let's do a podcast. And so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And lo and behold, 4 seasons later, it's award-winning now, which is just, wow. I wasn't expecting any of that. This was just to cure my boredom, and it became something so much more.
I'm with you on that too, where it was just being at home, and then it was a way to connect with everyone. And I'd really gotten into the art of it. I had a few actors and friends that I was working with who had their own podcast, and it's really cool. I mean, especially like with us, it's like, I've been on your show and I see a little bit of myself and you. Just, even I started out, when I was younger, I took karate, but then it's like, okay, we're at different stages in our careers, but we're doing the same things, whether it's stunts and podcasts. So it's cool to like really, when I have a good conversation with someone or when I connect with other artists I've worked with or respect. So I just feel like I get something out of it too, learning about other people and learning about our stories. Yeah. And I also understand you're in part of martial arts training you're also an advocate for anti-bullying.
Yes, when I was in elementary school, I was bullied because of my size. Right now, I'm only about 5'2", 5'3". I'm almost 17 years old, so kind of looks weird. I look like a kid, more or less. So you can imagine how I look as an actual kid. And this bullying is the reason I actually got into acting in the first place. My mom wanted to build up my self-esteem because she was worried that bullying would tear me down. And it grew into a passion that I love and still do today. But I'm a huge advocate for anti-bullying because of what I went through. I know what so many are going through as we speak, and someone has to speak up for it.
No, I appreciate it. I mean, because I was bullied as a kid too, and I mean, it was a different time. This was before social media, so
Right.
there wasn't as. I was talking to someone else too, who was a little older than me, and it was like, where you would get bullied at school or have to just confront it, and then you could go home and get away from it. But then
Yeah,
now
right.
it's with the internet, it's 24/7,
You
and
can't get away
every
from it
time
now.
you can't get away from it. So no, I really respect your generation really stepping up and being advocates for anti-bullying. And I just find that there's a lot of support with the organizations that you're involved in, and then
Mhm.
communicating on social media.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's something that thankfully, of course, I was bullied in elementary school, so I didn't have to deal with the whole social media aspect. But I know it's a huge thing for so many people, and it something that deserves to be spoken up about because if I don't do it, who will?
No, well put. You said it right there. Your career is just starting. You're already on a roll. What's next?
What's next? I'm gonna keep working on the podcast, keep doing some auditioning, keep going on the grind, hopefully get another movie soon. Who knows?
I love your attitude. I love your passion. I really appreciate you being here today. Is there anything that you'd like to say to your fans out there?
Go for your dreams no matter what. No matter who tells you it's stupid, no matter who tells you to stop. If you believe in yourself and you believe this is something you truly want to do, no matter what your dream is, go for it. Because if you don't, you might regret it in the future. And that's all.
Well put. I couldn't have said that better. Gabriel, I really appreciate your time today. Everyone follow Gabriel Silva. You need to watch his podcast, Just Talk with Gabe, and you can watch him in Godzilla, King of the Monsters, as well as Live by Night, where he plays alongside Ben Affleck and Zoe Saldana. Gabriel, again, your career is on a roll. Just keep rocking, and I'm going to see you again very soon.
Thank
We'll
you.
do another episode on your show. You come back when you have your
Oh
next
yeah,
big hit
most
to
definitely.
promote, and let's keep this journey rolling, my friend.
Right. Thank you so much, Cash.
Thank you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and Gabriel Silva today. You are on air with Kash.